this weight has been lifted off of my chest, literally. Hi guys, I figured I'd bring you another video about breastfeeding. This one's some things that I think every beginning breastfeeding mom should carry in her diaper bag. First of my list is breast pads. You don't know how much you're going to produce in the beginning, and one minute you could be fine and the next minute you're so engorged you're dying and your boobs are leaking, and you might be wearing a really nice dress or something, and if you catch it in time, then you may just have like a little splotch, or you know, it's not your whole shirt covered in milk. You know, whatever brand works for you. Second I recommend is nipple cream. And then the nipple cream will help you from getting dry, cracked nipples. I don't use it much anymore, but when I first started with both my kids, it was a big adjustment for my body, and like they would get real dry and chapped and start bleeding because, I mean, they're constantly getting wet from eating, you know, so it's a big change. So then I recommend carrying a bottle in your diaper bag. First off, there are many uses to have it with you, whether you're carrying some frozen milk and you need it defrosted. I mean, if you're strictly just feed your kid all the time, then I recommend keeping it in a car stash, because in a pinch and you have to like hand express, you know you've got something that you know is clean, and you know you can put baby milk in without worrying about, you know, are germs gonna be in it or blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'd always just keep a bottle like in a little stash in my car, maybe, you know, like a couple breast milk bags and some pads or something, you know, that way if you're at work or just out with your friends shopping on a Saturday or something, you're like, oh shoot, I've got to find a bathroom somewhere and get some of this milk out. I feel terrible. I don't have my kid with me to eat, and I don't have my pump. You can hand express and pour it into, you can express it into the bottle, and then the next thing would be to have some bags with you. You can keep a little cooler with you so that you can put the milk in there, but like you can also keep a pump with you everywhere you go. It's just exhausting. As somebody who pumps and breastfeeds both, like I've taken a pump with me on a trip, and like when we're in the hotel and stuff it's convenient, but like on the go it's a lot to carry with you, especially if you're shopping or any of that business. It's even more if you're you know, carrying other stuff besides just the pump. So if you don't want that hassle, hand express. I mean, it's difficult at first, but once you get it going, it'll flow right out like the most natural thing ever. But then you're gonna want to store it in some bags, so you're gonna need to make sure you have some bags on you. And then your hands are gonna be the most useful thing you have. If your boobs are like just hurting, they ache so bad, you know, you're gonna have to get rid of some milk somehow. Hand express, I'm telling you, I've gotten a good 14 ounces just hand expressing before, and is it the most milk I probably could have gotten out? No, but it was good enough that like I was good to go for another couple of hours. I was able to pump it, hand express it into a clean cup at my sister's house, and then I had a couple of bags that I poured them into, and then I labeled and put them in her freezer, and then when I was ready to go, I could just take them with me, and it was no big deal. So, and it may take a little bit longer, but trust me, when you're in that pinch and you don't have your pump or your baby with you, it's gonna be so relieving, especially if you're that engorged. It's gonna be like, oh my gosh, this weight has been lifted off of my chest, literally. And the second part of the video is 5 things everybody told me I would need that I ended up not needing. Now, everybody is different, so, you know, if you need these things, great, you know, everybody's different. But 1, nipple shield. With my daughter, everybody was like, her latch is great, she doesn't have a problem, yet she wasn't gaining weight, and everybody was like, well, try a nipple shield. So I tried a nipple shield, and that didn't work. And like anytime she used it, I just had a huge mess all down my side, which I had anyway, but it was a lot worse when she used it. Number 2, I have learned with 2 kids, neither one of them like breastfeeding covers, like the ones that look like a scarf, or even, you know, more awkward ones that look like an apron or something that you place over your child. Both of my kids hated them. They're hot, especially in the middle of summer, and just, I mean, would you like to have to eat your food underneath a blanket and try and breathe and it get real stiff and nasty underneath a blanket? It's awful. Neither one of them like it. Or liked it, I should say. My daughter doesn't breastfeed anymore. A bobby pillow. I probably have like 10 different bobby pillows laying around my house. And do you know what I use 95% of the time to feed my baby? My arm. And you know what my arm props up on? The side of the couch. Like, I mean, if you think you're gonna get use out of it, by all means do it, but my bobby pillow does not get used for breastfeeding. If anything, it's more of like a prop for my son to sit on, or for me to sit on. Like, I don't use them. Breastfeeding clothes. Breastfeeding bras are a different story. I like my breastfeeding bras. My breastfeeding clothes, on the other hand, I have like a couple pieces of clothing, and I don't ever reach for them. Like, I just find that they don't go with very much. Like, especially my tank top, it's just more awkward to have it on and try and use it than a regular tank top. Like this is just as easy to breastfeed in. You just like that, no issue. You got your tank top and your shirt and you're fine, versus something you've got to unlatch all the way up here. So not only do you have to raise your shirt to here, but you got to raise it all the way up so you can unhook it, and then it sits the same exact way that the shirt and the regular tank top would, only the tank top is this tank top is gonna look better with whatever you're wearing than the breastfeeding tank top, because you got these little latches right here that look weird, and they try to make it look as, you know, regular as possible, but it just doesn't quite hit the mark. And then ice packs. I know everybody's different, you know, you might need them for your booby, but I have about 4 in my freezer that I keep just in case I'm going to need them. But I'm almost 7 months into my breastfeeding with my son, and I don't use them. Like, they just sit in my freezer. I think I've used one to put on my daughter's leg before when she fell, but that's about it. I don't use them. But you know, if you do, great. You know, that every mom's different. Like, I probably used some stuff that other moms didn't use, but yeah, just 5 things that I think every beginner breast mom should have in their diaper bag, and 5 things I don't think you need, or I didn't need, and maybe you don't need either. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.